Welcome to Objects. After completing this lesson, you should be able to create singleton objects in Scala, describe the difference between a class and an object in Scala, outline usages for objects in Scala applications, and be able to start a Scala application. So what is an object? In the 1990s, a very famous book came out called Design Patterns, and it included a pattern called the singleton pattern. This defines a single instance of a class that cannot be recreated within a single runtime, such as a JVM instance. They can be directly accessed via their name. So here's an example of a very simple Scala object. Instead of using the class keyword, we use the object keyword, and we call the object hello. Inside of this object is a method called message, which returns a string hello. You'll notice that we are able to use the message method inside of the hello object without instantiating an instance of hello. There is no keyword such as new in use. We use it directly. This is because this object is a singleton instance and is already instantiated for us when we try to call the message method. Objects are lazily instantiated so that they are instantiated the first time you try to use them. Why is this useful? Many languages permit the definition of static fields and methods, which are not tied to a particular instance of a class. They're globally available within the runtime, such as the JVM. So when are Scala objects used? A very frequent use case is to create factories for instances of classes. So this is an abstraction or usage that is not tied directly to an instance of a class, but instead results in the creation of instances of classes. They're also good for utility methods, which do not leverage any state from outside of themselves. Anything they use is what is passed in as a parameter, and then they return some value based on a calculation or transformation. Objects are also used to house constant definitions. Let's have a look at some examples. Here's our object hello again, and inside we have a constant defined as an immutable value called 1 hour in minutes. It is a type int, and it is 60 as a value. We also have a method called createTime from minutes, which takes a minutes value of type int, and it then instantiates a new time instance for us using the minutes passed in divided by the constant we already defined, and then the minutes modded by the same value. This is a factory method for time instances. To start a Scala application, we put a main method inside of an object. The object can be called anything you want. The def main has to follow a specific convention where it has some arguments of a type array of string and returns a type of unit, which is a rough equivalent value to a void in the JVM. It then can do whatever you want inside of the bootstrapping main method, such as create other classes and services. To start the Scala application from outside of itself, we say the Scala keyword to start the JVM process, and to the class path, we add whatever classes we want to use, such as the hello class we just defined, that hello object. And then if we wanted to run it inside of an SBT or activator context, we use the run command. Either one of these would work. Having completed this lesson, you should be able to create singleton objects in Scala, describe the difference between a class and an object in Scala, outline usages for objects in Scala applications, and start a Scala application.